It's been a long time coming, and the tables turned around, 'cause one of us is going, one of us got Terry today. I'm finna bust niggas ass in 250 on Saturday. This nigga finna bust niggas ass, yes. I finally got that nigga. Listen, my boys, I'm so sorry I deleted current gen, bro, so I don't got nothing for y'all, bro. I remember the settings I was running for current gen, so I'm gonna tell y'all the settings I was running for current gen, but it's probably gonna come like in a separate video. So this video is gonna 100% be the next gen settings. I'm gonna give you as much sauce as I can and explain it as thorough as possible, because some people like just tell you like put this on, this on, this on, this on, this on, this on, this on. So boom, so I'm gonna go to my team. Hopefully it's at least one challenge where they have decent cards and I can at least show you what the settings is real quick. So that's what we going right to it. So let's get straight to it.
The third seeded Jazz Gaming at point guard from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. It's Splashy.
Should've came in right there, I ain't gonna lie.
Okay, so I haven't touched next gen in so long, but I'll never forget. Let's go with Bracket Busters. Bracket Busters should have at least a decent 5-man lineup, right? Let me see if it's any other teams where it's like it'll be better. He said 60s and 70s. Is Terry and them in the lineup? Terry and them in the lineup, then this will make this so much. It's a 3v3, ain't it? Of course, a triple threat 3v3. Okay, so I'm gonna go to I'm gonna go to Bracket Busters, right? And just try to tell you the settings, and it's gonna switch up depending on like cards. So this is just defensive settings for other videos, offensive settings, freelances, those gonna come at a different time. So boom, this is how when you get it down, you gonna have it, but that's gonna take you some time. So boom, we're gonna restart. First, if you are playing somebody who hunts for threes, whether it's an unlimited person, you can tell by lineups. You see a Cedric Maxwell, a Chris Mullin, a Cassie Russell, Dwayne Wade, like you know they're most likely gonna be, like if you was to play me, you know I'm gonna look for threes, you put it on Smother. You can't put it on Smother with everybody though, because it'll force them to get blown by, they might get crabbed, etc. The best people to put on Smother is like Giannis, Kawhi, Dwight Howard if you throw him on ball, David Robinson if you throw him on ball, Scottie Pippen if you throw him on ball, but like you can't put Smother with like Cincy Powell because he's gonna get dogged. So then this is on you. Depending on who you play, you put on Smother. If he's getting a lot of threes on ball, you put it on Smother. Now if he's looking to rim run more, you put it on tight because it's easier for them to cut off angles. Off ball pressure. If this is next gen, you put it on deny if they're dropping your corners. What I mean by dropping your corners, if they're going into the restricted area and pump faking 5 times until your corners drop, please put it on deny. But other than that, you could just put this on tight, but the tricky part comes a little bit later. Force direction. If you're playing versus somebody who you feel is only going one way, you put it on baseline or middle. Like if he's only rim running middle, or if he's only rim running baseline. Like most people rim run baseline, so you could put it force middle, but then if they know what they're doing, they can quick stop you to the top of the key easy. But most people who rim run baseline don't even know how to quick stop top of the key. So that's that. But usually you keep this on automatic. On ball screen, if Giannis is on ball, if anybody over the size of 6'8" is on ball, you put it on go under. Why you put it on go under? Because instead of sliding into the screen, they're going to slide under the screen every single time and get a contest, unless you're going versus Cedric Maxwell. Then you will get popped for 60 points. But anybody who's under the height of 6'8", 6'8", 6'7", 6'6", 6'5", 6'4", 6'3", put it on go over. A hedge. Now, I'm going to tell you something that most people don't tell you. Your hedge does not matter if you put stay attached on. And what I mean by that, right? So when stay attached is off, you put your stuff on hard hedge, they will almost double team the screen every single time. You can test this out too. If you put your hedge on double when stay attached is off, they will double the screen every time. You can ice, you can do whatever you want. You can leave your hedge on automatic. I put it on catch just because they strafe it a little bit more. But like, leave it on automatic if you're going to run stay attached. So like you can do on ball screen in the center. This is in the center of the court. You put on go over. Leave these on automatic and just let the CPU do what the CPU do, because most of the time you're going to be the person hedging the screen. So like sometimes if you put it on catch hedge and you don't catch the hedge, your CPU will switch on accident. Or like if you put it on hard hedge and you don't double, your CPU will get cracked into the screen because he thinks he has a hard hedge. It's all AI tendencies at the end of the day, and you can't mess that up. So stay attached. The reason you put on stay attached is because everybody on this game, casual, unlimited, clutch time, domination CPU, they know how to throw the pop. Whether it's KP, whether it's Bobo, whether it's David Robinson, whether it's Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, they know how to put their head down and throw the ball to the pop. Now, if you put stay attached on, unless you are controlling your center, you will not get popped ever. They will always guard the pop. They will never go lower than the pop, no matter the occasion. They will always stay up on the pop, but this means you have to guard the rim run yourself. So this is better for people who look for the pop a lot, but most people use the center most of the time, so it's easier to do it in reverse at the end of the day. So stay attached, yes. If it doesn't look like they're going to go for the pop and they're going to 300 a lot, you can put it on no, but then it's better. If it's on no, well, if it's on automatic, then you can hedge the screen and you'll get scored and pick and roll less. But if it's on stay attached, then the pop is the most deadly thing on this game, especially on next gen, because you can push, pull, and drag people. Then it's like, you feel me? You do that. You just get that done. Okay, so boom. We got an off-ball screen. You put this on go over. If they run floppies or they run any form of plays, you always want your CPU to go over if you're not paying attention, because if you tell them to go under, they always get stuck. Post, it's glitched, so no matter what you put, it doesn't matter. I've been running front to post for at least 5 years, and they've never fronted the post ever. What I mean by front to post is when they like have a mismatch. When it's their center versus my point guard, I want my point guard. They teach this to you in like 3rd grade if you play basketball. I want them to front the post to make him have to throw the ball over my head. I want them to throw the ball over my head, but it doesn't work. So I put it on front just because my fingers are used to it and it's muscle memory, but put it on automatic. Post doesn't work. Double team perimeter, double team post. You touch that, it breaks your whole defense, so never touch that. Switch rules off ball. I put it on switch all just in case like some screens happen. Just tell them to switch. We're all running 6'8" players anyways, unless you just want to be different. You got Darius Garland and Steph Curry in lineup, bro. Just put it on switch all. Never touch pre-rotate, because if you put brain fart. If you put pre-rotate on, they're going to load the side that they're gonna load the weak side that they're driving off of. So like they go off left side, they're gonna load that side and just leave somebody up. Just leave them open. It's a very easy rotation to predict. Screen help, you always go no help. I don't care what you want the CPU to do. Please go no help, because if you do not have it on no help, I promise you will give up so many corner threes that it will be literally ridiculous. You feel me? Dribble handoff, always put it on over. I wish this was a setting on current gen because that's when it was broken. But on this game, they automatically switch it most of the time. So like if you tell it to go over, it's going to be over into a switch. Down screen, doesn't matter. Leave those on automatic because you already touched off ball screens. Transition defense, you're supposed to put it on no threes, but I promise to God they don't care. They're going to drop into the paint. They're going to do whatever they want to. They're going to do anything that they feel like doing. So that's the basic defensive settings. Now, if you want to get freaky for specific players, like say I'm playing versus Steph Curry, you put Steph Curry's off-ball pressure on tight. Another thing, let me tell y'all some sauce. At the bottom of specific settings, I don't know why it's on yes. It's on yes for everybody. Hold on, let me turn mine back off because obviously glitched. No, it's obviously on no, so why is it glitched? Anyway, so there's a setting called extend pressure, which makes you full court press one man. You cannot turn this on because if you do, in the half court, your player will back off. When I say back off, they will just leave them space. Like, just let them shoot almost. That will be what happens if you put extend pressure. So never touch extend pressure, just go into a full court press. It's literally a broken setting. It doesn't work. So when I do individual settings when I play players. Like, I can't really teach you individual settings, but I can, like, lead you to the water. Is you going to drink it or you just going to chill? These settings will all change by next year, too. So, like, for Steph Curry, I'll put off-ball pressure on tight because I never want them to leave him. I don't even want to pinch off Steph Curry because nobody's missing with Steph Curry. D-Wade, same thing. No need to pinch off D-Wade. You're not getting back. You're going to get popped every single time. Evan Turner on Next-Gen. I would put Evan Turner on gap. Shot isn't on very quick. Loads it up. Easy to contest. You can put one of your best defenders on him. And you can switch on to him and your CPU will pinch for you anytime you run to that side. Tim Duncan. Even though it's on very quick, I will put it on moderate because he doesn't have, like, Rudy Gay on quick. Or very quick. Yes, Tim Duncan on very quick. Like, you can always get back and get at least a 5. So you put it on moderate so your CPU is at least in gaps, ready to shrink the floor. Kareem, you better keep it on tight. I promise he get that shot up so quick. You got like Tyler Hansbrough, I will put it on moderate. You got like Danny Ferry. I would put his on moderate because you can bait 98 quick into like a 6 every single time if you know what you're doing. Jakeem Noah, obviously you gap that. Doug McDermott, he's a good shooter, but like he probably has a horrible shot, so like you would moderate that. Jared Covery has T-Mac shot, moderate that. Hakeem Warwick, you gap it. Obviously these would be better players, but this is the best way I could show you the settings. Chris Dunn, I would gap that, etc., etc. And then for you to finish off your defensive settings, you go into this, please make sure your adaptive coaching engine is off. If your coaching engine is on, all your settings don't matter because they will go to the team's game plan. So say your playbook is Golden State. They will have you play defense like Golden State, whether it's drop off strong side a lot, your CPU wants to double randomly. Like, do not have coaching engine on. This is how matchups get glitched, etc., etc., etc. Boom. Turn team communication in the bottom of coaching settings. Offense and defense. The reason why, you need to know when your CPU doesn't feel like having a brain. You need to know when your CPU feels like switching. You need to know when your CPU doesn't feel like switching. You need to know when your CPU is telling you go over, go under, etc. Please turn this setting on. Lastly, you go to coaching sliders. You put your whole help defense to 0. You go over to options. I know it's a lot. Trust me, I got y'all. Options, and then lastly, after options, you go to controller settings. In controller settings, you go to defensive assist string. Make sure double team reaction is off, by the way. Make sure double team reaction is off. See that right there? Make sure that's on manual. You go to your defensive assist strength. If you are playing a rim runner, you need to put your defensive assist strength on 25. Your CPU should jump perfectly every single time unless you're playing versus Yao Ming, then you're gonna get dogged. If you are playing a 3 hunter, you put your defensive assist strength on 5. Your CPU should not slide into the screen, slide over the screen, or slide under the screen. They should slide right into their body. Now, don't ever say I have not gave y'all all the sauce. Now, I got one more thing for y'all, though. Why? I'm telling you, I got one more thing for y'all to make sure your settings is crisp, because I know some of y'all do this. So, hold up. Let's get this game to start. Boom. So I lose tip on purpose. If you press the left, no. If you call a timeout, right? Boom. If you call a timeout when you're on defense, a lot of y'all do this, or like y'all will do it in game, or y'all will click like stay home, or like crash the boards, etc., etc. Look, I'm gonna tell y'all what y'all can't do. After you apply defensive settings, so when you go be a coach, you click game plan. You click R2 to go over to defensive coaching emphasis. When you go to team adjustments, transition focus, rebounds, focus player, you cannot touch any of these. If you touch stay home or crash the board or do this, this is like a basis of settings in itself, so you can't have your defensive settings and these defensive settings because they're going to glitch out. So make sure you're either going to do your defensive settings here and tell them to stay home, focus a specific player to double team and protect perimeter and do it here, or you're going to do it in the start button. If you do this and do it in the start button, your start button settings will stay, but they'll glitch out. So I just blessed y'all. Make sure y'all leave a like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if it worked for y'all in Unlimited. If it doesn't work for you in Unlimited, this should have you storming through Unlimited. If you're skill-based matchmaking, it's pretty easy. If you go versus the top players, probably won't do much, but I love every single one of y'all. I'm telling y'all I'm gonna be dropping the sauce, so just stay tuned. Make sure you drop a sub. Peace.